Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're checking out some more Musashi Baki Dou Part 1. We're starting with Chapter 49. We're going to complete this volume. In the last video, Retsu was practicing with Kaku, learned some new techniques, taught himself how to be a feather. Motobe walked in and told him, yeah, you're still going to die. You're going to have to learn to defeat me first. So apparently that's what we're going to get this second half of the volume. Hopefully it's just Motobe versus Retsu and I don't have to like start a new video. So let's just see what all we get. So by that you mean you want me to have a match with you, and if I don't beat you, you won't allow me to proceed? That's the only meaning I can take from that, Motobe Izo. You're coming to me with killing intentions. I hope I'm mistaken. Retsu, pal. After taking up these Ozaru eyes, he's like, yeah, you can talk all that mess. I'm also not one to be played with. You're not. And Retsu throws this punch. Retsu, I like how on point Retsu has been. He wasn't playing with Miyamoto and he's not playing games with Motobe. Motobe walked up after inciting those Ozaru eyes and started moving forward. And once he got in Retsu's range, Retsu immediately attacked, not playing no games. Throws this right straight. Motobe seems to vanish, at least his face does. Kaku, Katsumi, and Buddy all looked shocked. Oh, Motobe is dope. So he leaned his head in just enough to catch Retsu's punch, which must have been lightning fast. He's beat world-class boxers. I'm sure Usain Bolt was supposed to be the fastest boxer at the moment, and Retsu beat him. But Motobe has caught this man's arm and now is applying pressure to the underside of it. Retsu goes to get out of that hold by throwing his body upward the same direction that Motobe was trying to force Retsu's arm. He gets out of that hold and gets ready to throw a kick, a counter. Everybody's watching intently, Kaku especially. Motobe lets go of Retsu's hand, either that or it slips out. And Retsu lands back on his feet. He says, huh? It's not injured. Good. Amazing. You almost destroyed my elbow. You weren't bluffing. That was a very dangerous move. When your opponent is Grandmaster Retsu Kaio, one can't afford to hold back. Still, it's better than getting slashed, isn't it? So Retsu is not done yet. He leaps forward at Motobe, who's just standing there watching. And he throws up his hand to block Retsu's attack. And he does just that. He grabs Retsu's wrist. As he has Retsu's wrist, arm with both hands, Retsu throws a straight left to Motobe's abdomen. His eyes change. Can't tell if he's in pain or if he's gotten serious. I want to say with all the mess he's been talking, and now he's gotten serious. Ugh. So in fact, he goes from having this look on his face to having Retsu in a hold. He tries to force Retsu downward. Retsu stops himself with his left hand, and now we have another serious look on Retsu's face. He's going for another counter. Ooh, what a beautiful one at that. He does in fact Retsu's been dope with these counters, so he does counter and kicks Motobe under his chin. Goodness, Retsu is an amazing grappler. Goodness, chapter 49 level. So let's see. I'm guessing Retsu continued that grapple, snatched his hand out of Motobe's, his wrist out of Motobe's hand. Motobe hits the ground. Retsu takes his pose and says, ha! Or I'm sorry, hi! He's strong. It's obvious Retsu is crazy strong, but to be on the same level as Motobe Izo. Motobe sits up, bloody nose, he smiles. I shouldn't be surprised. You thought your little attacks did the trick, didn't you? However, I may not be as good as Musashi, but he takes the stance of that imaginary sword that Musashi has used on Baki, as well as he said he could cut a building with it. Alright. Let me go back a panel just to make sure I didn't skip any. I didn't. Motobe standing here in this stance, this imaginary sword stance. All of a sudden, pain goes through his mind or his being. He feels it. We see Kaku's fist, and then he hits the ground. Kaku says, "You idiot. Don't you have an important match tomorrow? What do you think you're doing?" Wow, so Kaku punched this man in the back and just completely immobilized him. Goodness, master. He isn't an opponent you can just beat whenever you feel like it. If you'd have kept going, you wouldn't have gotten through without injury. But he needed that. He needed to see that experience. Uh-oh, Kaku, I hope you didn't. This might have messed our Retsu up. Master, I already... Rubbish. I heard enough for today. Don't say a word. It is common courtesy to present yourself fresh and uninjured before an agreed match. So eat your fill and off to bed with you. Retsu's listening intently to his elder, then hangs his head as he surely goes to do what Kaku demanded. He bows to Motobe, who's laying there unconscious. I think Retsu needed that lesson, man. I feel like this is gonna come back to bite him. On the day, the Korakuen Underground Arena beneath Tokyo Dome is filled with a strange buzz. This was because there was clearly something different about the arena. A slasher. That's what they call it nowadays, right? Yeah, for serial killers, like they'd use knives. I don't think they just refer to samurais as slashers. Chapter 50, Lifting the Ban. Retsu the Slasher. Will he eat that will he earn that nickname tonight? Well, I guess he is coming in there with his dual blades. Growing shots, eye gouges, biting. All attacks were permitted. As violent and gruesome as it is, the spectacle was enough for us, right? Then why? Tell me, why do you want to see more? Why do we want to see more? They created a mound of sand in the middle of the arena and stuck various weapons into it. For some, it was a dream come true. For others, a wish they never thought would happen. Today, everyone in the audience has been confronted with what they want to see. The question looms in everyone's heads. Are they having a match? Or are they about to kill each other? The whole audience is silent. That's why Tokugawa said, no, it'll be silent. Yeah, when they see all the weapons. Okay. What do they want to see here? Talent and skills or a bloodbath? So Retsu and Kaku are in the waiting room or locker room. You're not warming up? Retsu looks over at Kaku. Oh no, I'm sorry, at Baki, my man Baki. Nobody can never take the martial artist out of Retsu Kaio. Baki, how are you? Well. Wow, I figured you'd be hiding something tonight. That shirt looks quite heavy. Yes, well, you're packing some serious heat, aren't you? That is what was agreed upon for tonight. So up under his shirt, he should have his dual blades, as well as all those kunai. I wonder if he threw anything else under there. That's so like you. Can't expect nothing less. Like me? What do you mean? Even in battle, you are a fair and chivalrous knight. The guy is the most legendary samurai that ever existed. And there you go, allowing him to use any swords and making him as dangerous as he can be. That spirituality is certainly you after all. I'm sorry, it's certainly you all over. Damn, I wish I could be like that. He's a samurai, so it would be righteous for him to use a sword. That's something I wasn't able to say. Typical of me. It's time. Retsu exhales. I know it's none of my business, but even without a sword, his fighting strength is... 3 days ago, I faced him unarmed. So Baki was about to warn him, and Retsu basically said, shut up, I already know. When he didn't have a sword, we were evenly matched. Maybe I even had the edge. Oh yeah, Retsu did knock him out, but yeah, he didn't have his weapons. So here we have Musashi tying himself up. Let me go to the next panel. This is the exact same. Oh my goodness, they sell something on Amazon that's called a posture corrector, and it's the exact same thing that he just did. I wonder if it's to make sure that your posture is always perfect, because that's detrimental in samurai skills. That is wild. It's the exact same thing. You put it around both. That's crazy. I wonder why he did this. If anyone's willing to do that research and leave that comment, weird kid, that you like to do that, please do so. I don't even know what this is called. Oh dear, you're about to have a battle to the death, but no one will be able to tell from looking at you. Who is this? One of Tokugawa's butlers? Is anything the matter? You seem a bit nervous. Nervous? You haven't a clue. I'm a far cry from having a clear mind. I can feel it welling up inside. I can't contain the excitement. Grabs Tokugawa's sword, puts it on his hip, and walks towards the arena. There isn't a moment of doubt. Here he comes. It's Musashi. There isn't a moment of doubt in the joy I get from crossing swords. Chapter 51. You look ready. So Musashi walks out. He looks a lot bigger than he did in all the other panels, but here he looks super swole. The sword looks huge. Let's see. Whoa, there he is. That's him. That's Miyamoto Musashi. Oh, so Tokugawa must have told everybody. Is that the real one? He's kind of rough. He looks mean. I saw him on TV. Oh, okay. Wow, a historical figure in the flesh. He looks like the real thing. Look, he's got a katana. He means business. He looks like he belongs in the arena. He looks good. I knew he would. You can tell from one look, my man Goki. He's the real deal. So Retsu makes his way into the arena as Musashi's looking up at the crowd and the lights and all that. Retsu, go home. Are you gonna kill him? Are you going to punk out? Stop him dead. Cut him apart. So we get both jeers for both people, for Musashi as well as Retsu. People for Retsu and people for Musashi. They come toward the middle of the arena, surrounding this mound of weapons as the referee's in the middle raises his hand and gets ready to tell them to begin. They both look at each other, then look at the mound of weapons. This match will be held under special rules. As we agreed beforehand, the use of combat weapons has been allowed. You may use any of the weapons provided here. Also, any weapons either of you have prepared beforehand may also be used as long as they comply. The only absolute restriction that will be imposed in this battle: no firearms, explosives, chemicals, or devices that could produce dangerous temperatures shall be allowed in the fighting arena. Oh wow, we got my man Jack at the top of the arena looking down on him. Jack's so big. Return to your positions. The ref tells them. They both turn around and walk back to their corners. Baki says, Retsu, you look ready. Kaku says, return alive. The referee gets ready to hit the drum, the gong, to commence the battle. Cocks back, Hanayama style, hits it, the battle begins. So now we're looking at both warriors, Retsu's peg leg and Musashi on the other side of the arena. Everyone in the audience was confused. The silence was absolute. There wasn't a single hush. And finally, it was here. It was starting, and they would see a death match. As expected, the one to break the silence was the legendary man. Well then, His arm looks ridiculous. The battle begins. Chapter 52. Shuriken. It started, says Katsumi. Motobe and Katsumi look down on the arena. Well then, let's not drag this out, says Musashi. He's so arrogant. Let's make this short and fast, shall we? Retsu opens up his coat, his shirt, breaking all the buttons. And he shows all these kunai. What the hell? Throwing knives? Musashi looks a little surprised, just like, oh, you know what those are? But he doesn't look worried. Continues to walk forward. Retsu reaches for one, wraps his hand around it the necessary way to prepare to throw it. Throws it, launching his kunai. Musashi's looking right at it. And as it gets close to his body, looks as though he swats it away. But he uses his right hand and it ends up on the left side of his body. So maybe he'll explain what happened. It went through him? He's fast, says Katsumi. Enough speed to leave an after image. The first throw was nothing. This is only a test. Retsu reaches back in his shirt, throws another. Musashi easily dodges that one as well. Retsu doubles up, both hands. He's going for the kill. Throws both knives. He's using both hands. Musashi swats one away and moves out of the way of the other. Oh, he caught one. I'm sorry. Whoa, he caught it. Caught it at the blade, too. It'd have been dope if he'd have stuck his finger through here and caught it Naruto style, but he just grabbed it. Retsu unsheathes 6 more kunai. Launches them at him. Musashi's still standing there, just as calm as ever. Easily dodging these kunai, dodging, catching. Chapter 52, Shuriken. Another one comes flying at him. He unsheathes his sword, does his hand technique. This is awesome. I'm a huge fan of it. Slices the incoming kunai. So the kunai is coming up to it. You see it here, reaching the blade of his sword. Cut the kunai in half, perfectly in half at that. It split his body. One landed on each side. Goodness. Chapter 53. Penalties for dueling. Those who initiate or accept a duel will be imprisoned for a period of no less than 6 months and no longer than 2 years, and they will pay a fine of no less than 10 yen. So this must be just some law of Japan as far as dueling in maybe the new day and age. Chapter 53. Techniques with weapons. Did you know something? It's a crime to fight to the death here in Japan. That's why they come to the Korakuren underground arena to fight and kill. Is it alright? Is it alright to watch something like this? We see it on TV, we see it in movies, we read it in manga. It's a weapon that's been seen so many times. The Shuriken. It appears lightweight, but it can pierce a frying pan. Oh, so this is a shuriken? I've been calling it a kunai. Okay, so thanks for the correction, Keisuke-sama. To throw such a marvelous weapon at the human body with all your might. And to throw so many, such a marvelous weapon. How close it's gotten to Musashi without him moving. He can dodge it, slip around it, catch it in the air with his bare hands, and on top of that, cut it in two. It's impossible, yet they watch it happening, but it's strange. They can't get excited as usual. They can't have a reaction. But there's only one thing they understand. They have been confronted by a truth with no complications or BS, a truth that is most hard to accept. That this man is the true sword saint that has returned to life, The real Miyamoto Musashi. He's sheathed his sword, says Katsumi. Jack, Motobe, Katsumi, they're all looking down at him. Not on him, at him. He's out. He used them all. So Retsu's out of kunai, or shuriken. Throws his shirt up. Retsu's just too cool for me, man. Throws his shirt up, catches it looks like. Now he's standing here, staring at Musashi. He starts to swing his shirt. He's going to use it as a weapon? Because that's dope. Musashi's looking at him like, what are you doing? Retsu continues to swing this shirt. No way. It's like a bullfight. He's using it like a cape? Far from it. Oh, wow. So he's using the speed and strength of the shirt as a whip, and he's shot up teeth and nails from inside the Korakuran sand of the arena floor. See? Huh? He shoots all that stuff up at Motobe, similar to Gaia throwing that sand and whatnot at Sikorsky. But Motobe hasn't blinked. Golly, Musashi hasn't blinked or moved at all. You can tell Motobe is on my mind. I need to see him show me something. Like, he's talking so much. So, but Musashi didn't move. So those games aren't going to work. I'm eager to see the rest of this fight. But that's the end. This is the end of volume 6. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will join me for the rest of Musashi Dou. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. If you are a new subscriber, you can check the link in the description for the full playlist of the rest of the series of Baki, as well as Kang and Ashura. Hope you guys will hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. Please leave a comment on any thoughts you might have had, as well as a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next video, and as always, otaku for life. Oh, and Weird Kid, answer